Greetings and good morning, everybody. I hope you are having an incredible day. It's Tuesday. We are now in June. It's the 2nd. And I have to tell you, I couldn't be much happier than I am right now. All of you are out there in the world today doing good things, and I appreciate that. You are phenomenal humans. We are live, not Memorex. Although I kind of like this commercial, to be fair. Dropped a video earlier today. Hope you got a chance to see it. But if not, you can always watch it later. Please do. For those of you on the Green Machine, good to see you, good to see you. And for everybody over on the Tube and on X, I hope you're having a phenomenal morning. We're headed into midday on the East Coast. On the West Coast, we're still in the morning. Top of the morning to y'all. And we got some commentators out there, which includes Commander Ed Straker of Shadow 11 hours ago, Barry the Music Man 10 hours ago, and Juliet 4 hours ago. Good morning to you, young lady. Good morning to you. The lovely Jill is out there, wrenching away. Happy Taco Tuesday. Indeed. In fact, I'm going to have tacos for dinner tonight. All right, time to shave. We're starting to get too much scruff on the sides. Need to keep that beard integrity high. A lot of people saw my face for the first time and were surprised. I was like, yeah, I have a face. True story. Bill Blum, how's it going? And we've got a friend popping in with a super chat to say from our good friend Daniel Alpine for 5 Culture Casino cash. This is my last super chat because I need a break from any news for a while because it developed into OCD and it's draining my bank account. Sorry. No, you're fine, friend, and I don't want to drain your bank account. I want to drain Bill Gates' bank account, but not yours. I want the evil of the world to give me all their money. Lord Thoth, how you doing, friend? Good to see you. Sort of Poopa Scuba, our favorite polar bar. But a big shout out and thank you to Daniel Alpine. I hope that your break from news is a healthy one. Don't be afraid of bad news. Bad news gives us opportunity to rise, retake control. Bill Blom says, hello to Siths and Giggles, Snakes and Funerals. Sounds like a new Disney park attraction. That's right. Snakes! Georgia Peach is here. Good morning, dear. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. And Arnold, what's going on? The Big A, the only female superhero that can carry her own lead was Wonder Woman, but they had to go full Orange Man bad with 84. They screwed it up. Shame shtick. Different result. I'm going to tell you right now, the first film, for as bad as the CGI was, I really kind of enjoyed. I thought the story was decent. DC took a massive turn after that. Let's just be honest about it. Brian! Good to see you. Or Brian and Cindy, I don't know. Everyone cut out in Culture Land. Hello. Ms. Picafe, always doing the work of the unappreciated, but I appreciate her. Thank you so much for wrenching away. Crazy white boy. Did everyone oversleep? Yes. I think everybody decided Tuesday was nap day. I know I'm going to take a nap later in the day. Then I'm going to start making videos like you can't believe. I've got a lot of stories out there. Wrote another one over on That Park Place. Not sure if it's live yet. I've got a second one ready to go. But I also got Texas 84 in the audience, so I have to say hello. Who else is joining us this morning? I said hi to Barry the Music Man. Got to say hi to Popsicle. Hello, everybody. Hello, Popsicle. Who else is out there? Come on. We got beautiful people. Lady Gamester, good to see you, dear. Hope you are doing well. Still love the Miss Mim icon. And the amazing Libby Priest. Hi, everybody. Hello, Brandon Day. Good morning. Taking the day off work to do more work. Yeah, I do that too. It's good to see you, friend. Thanks for being here. Along with the smoking man, Cash Kester. His animated icon is the stuff of nightmares. Ronald McDonald Putin. Baldwin is a bad YT word. I did not know that. Leif Erickson, good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. And the amazing Randall Orzer, all the way from Canada, because he's Canadian. Good morning, Jen. Hello. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily, your daily or week daily live stream to get you through all the news that needs to be known, which there's an awful lot of this morning, including the fact that they're trying to save Supergirl by introducing a lot more Superman. And Lex Luthor's iconic war suit he uses to fight Superman is teased in the Man of Tomorrow set image, because they want to distract you from the disaster that is about to be Supergirl. She's going to be a her, just like Star Wars was at the box office. But I have hope. Not in Toy Story 5, but I have hope, because Tay-Tay reveals an original song for Toy Story 5. I knew it. I knew you. A return to country and a return to some of the stuff I appreciated that she used to do. But I don't think that it's going to help the film any. I have a feeling that Toy Story 5 is going to feel forced and uncomfortable for a lot of people who were fans of the first three movies and then saw the fourth for what it was, a trash pile. Backrooms producer on a wild $118 million opening weekend said the phone doesn't stop. No, it doesn't. You're going to be a hot commodity going forward, and congratulations to Chris Ferguson. The A24 film surpassed everybody's thought processes and the box office expectations. That's a good thing. We're seeing a lot more action thrillers coming out, and a lot of horror films that are mixed with romances. That's also weird. That's, I guess, Obsession's play. But here's a weird thing. Put a guy with a bad history of guns in a movie called Crosshairs. That's right, a thriller from Alec Baldwin and Jim Gaffigan. They've wrapped filming, thank goodness. Gaffigan is still, with us, unpenetrated by bullets, which I can't say for other people that have appeared with Baldwin in previous films, like Rust. Anyway, Anna Kendrick's going to direct Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This is after the second filmmaker that was supposed to be shooting it bailed. So, yeah, good for her. I have a feeling she, again, directing and producing is where the real money is at. Somebody said that in one of my comments today, and I thank them very much for that, because it's accurate. What's also accurate is Zack Snyder tackling a reimagining of John Carpenter's Escape from New York is the worst idea I've ever seen. And yet, here it comes. In an exclusive article you can read on The Hollywood Reporter, find out just exactly why nobody's going to see it. We've got Love Island in the UK on season 13. They've already coupled up, and there was a shock and twist rocking the villa. Yeah, well, sometimes you have same-sex weirdness, but that's, I don't think, the twist. Speaking of weirdness in the UK, wow, what injustice was served, letting somebody die because of your perceived racism or thinking that the people speaking to you were telling the truth, despite stabbing the man to death. New 60 Minutes boss will grapple with demoralized staff. I don't care. Leave. High costs, which, of course, they overpay everybody, and hardcore attitudes. That's right, of the leftist radicals that still work on the show. Get rid of them, or else you're going to run into the ground. Sorry. Sydney Sweeney, behind the scenes of Euphoria, video spotlights lack of women in Hollywood below-the-line jobs because women don't want to do the job, Sid. This is the first time I've heard you say anything or approach anything controversial. Ask yourself, who amongst your friends would be doing a below-the-line job, wants to do set construction or any of those other things? Not very many. If you're going to whine about ladies not being in those jobs, well, ask yourselves why. Euphoria creator himself, Sam Levinson, is basically saying, we're going to give you an honest ending, which they did. It was brutal. And Rue died, which I thought was appropriate. There's no reason to sugarcoat it. This is just a series of bad decisions that are made by modern people, especially girls these days. There's a lot of reality coming out of Hollywood at the moment, and I'm not sure they're okay with it. We've got Scott Pelly, whatever his name is, lashing out at the new 60 Minutes boss, but CBS News wanted to maintain ties. I don't know why. This guy is a piece of garbage. He's the worst human being on the planet when it comes to news reporting, followed, of course, by Anderson Cooper, who already departed 60 Minutes. We've got Euphoria. It may be over, but Chloe Cherry isn't saying goodbye to Faye yet. Looks like She'll come back in anything that Levinson wants to put together in the future for that character. Well, good luck to her. A lot of people liked her. We've got Anthropic racing towards a Wall Street debut with a confidential SEC filing, which is not really the best way to approach something like that in your IPO. I'm kind of worried. How about you? We've got Florida suing OpenAI and Sam Altman claiming the company concealed serious risks of ChatGPT as it helped somebody eliminate themselves through a chat window. Instead of any brakes being put on that, there's a real problem. Real problem indeed. NVIDIA bets on an AI personal computer with new superchip powering Windows laptops. Let me tell you right now, you are going to carry around an AI in your laptop in the future. One chip will do it all, including memory. Amazing news yesterday. Moving on from that. On our final AP story, Melinda French Gates, the ex-wife of Bill Gates, is going to be joining the Seattle Kraken as a minority investor. Yeah, that's really going to make people excited for soccer. And finally, an Iowa black bear has been sighted. In fact, sightings for the creatures have been rising rapidly, reclaiming their native range in Iowa, which, again, is not surprising. Bears are everywhere in North America. They were hunted for a reason. And you know what? That's okay. Look at all the great people in the chat. All right, folks, we are through our 6 minutes of storytelling, and at least our stories are accurate. We had a lot of fun today. Hope you did too. And I think that Zen Wookie is correct after 4 months of being a member. Thank you, Zen Wookie, with a green chat in the chat. By the way, if you're a channel member, you have a super chat, a free super chat every month called a member chat. It's the equivalent of a $5 super duper chat. So keep that in mind. But after 4 months of membership, Zen Wookie says the obvious thing. Hail, Cultureverse. There you go. Sydney Sweeney for She-Ra. Yeah, that would work. Not really sure I understand the direction of Masters of the Universe right now. I don't know about anybody else but me, but it's kind of weird. Holy cow, the return. The amazing, fabulous, and generous return of L. Bird. Good morning. Good morning. 10 Culture Casino memberships in the house. Thank you, L. Bird. Much appreciated. Oh, Seattle Kraken is an NHL hockey team. I had no idea. I don't keep up with that. I used to pay attention to hockey. I had family members that played junior hockey, but I don't care anymore. I used to love it. I don't care anymore. I like the Oilers. Edmonton Oilers. I like the Calgary Flames. I think I talked about them over on Nat and the Guys channel. I think they're going to drop my video interview with them sometime this week. So keep your eyes peeled. Check out Nat and the Guy, but also say thank you to the amazing L. Bird. 13 for 10 gifted Culture Casino memberships. Our ranks are swelling, ladies and gentlemen. If we can maintain 1,000 members for this channel, then we can maintain the channel, and it becomes a cost-free endeavor for the first time ever for me on the channel. That would be phenomenal. Morning, all morning to you, L. Bird, and a great big thank you. Well, thank you very much. The beautiful deep ball, the beautiful people. Saying only because that's the only place I know in Iowa. Well, it's in Iowa. And Razorburn says, thank you for the gifty. That's right. Thank you for the gifties. What are ye at? Chat? Well, I'm reading news to use. And I'm giving you my views. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, I like Sydney Sweeney. I think she's doing marvelous things. I dropped a video about her today. So there's that. Very light editing on these videos, guys. So you get to see me stutter and hear me repeat myself and all kinds of other things that I usually hide with editing. And the last 2 or 3 videos, I think I've gone very light on the edits. I've added some pictures and things like that. But hey, you know what? Culture uncut, unedited. I don't know. Is that the new thing? Are we going to do that? You guys got to hear my stutter last week. That doesn't often return, but sometimes. Did Culture shed his winter weave? Says Reed by Nature. Yeah, I got to get rid of the stubble. This is all going to go. We're going to get back to a nice clean goatee looking like Channel Surf. And I want to say thanks again, Brandon Day, reminding me that the gifties are much appreciated. Well, ice hockey. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, soccer and ice hockey, comparable fan bases in the States. I hate to say it. Used to be hockey won out. And for a while, I was a season ticket holder for a hockey team. That's how much I used to take it seriously. Now, I don't know. Feared the crab cat in the house. Something racist comment about black bears. No. We love black bears. Brown bears, too. Zen Wookie says, yes, it would work indeed. That's right. Yeah. I have the power of Yingling. Culture man. Hey, by the way, animated series may actually happen. I'm talking with Pro. Maybe I'm gonna reach out, talk to the man with the beard, Eric July. Maybe we make a cartoon. Can you make fried calamari with this hockey team? I don't know. Maybe. I do know this: when you go to certain arenas, the hat trick results in squids on the ice. It's insane, wild stuff. Alakazam in the house is same. I'm a reformed wingnut. Me too. Scooby Pup's in the house. Supergirl needs more than a Superman. We need Sydney Sweeney for Spider-Gwen. I agree. Perfect casting there. Spider-Gwen. I'm going to tell you right now, Madam Web was a waste, and yet it gave us Sydney Sweeney taking that role seriously, wanting to do more athletic work. Probably led to her taking that gig to play Christy. And I'm going to tell you right now that she is a dynamic performer, even if you don't think much of her. I think a lot of her. I think a lot of Tay-Tay, too. Caveat Ties is like, you in Iowa crazy? I don't know. Brahma used to care about hockey. And then his Avs lost to Vegas last week. Hang on, folks. I got to take a sip of water for the working man, and I need to take my medication. So hang on a minute. Just a minute. 7 pills at once. Oh, boy. All right. Choke those down. Yikes. My brother lives in Iowa, and I'm on the border of Mexico. Anyway, Read by Nature in the house. We've got the GWTV channel. Seattle, Washington wouldn't get an expansion NBA team. Nobody wants to invest in Washington anymore, which is kind of sad, right? The GWTV channel. I'm kind of worried about Washington State. You have the Mom Donnie thought process up there. You're going to tax yourself out of rich people. And then you're going to tax yourself out of middle-class people. And then there won't be anybody left to tax because you will hit poor people hardest at that point. Women and children most affected. That's basically what I'm going to call the state of Washington now. Sorry, friends. I used to love that state, but women and children are most affected by the government. Insane stuff. A lot of people are saying this, and I find it to be true. Barry the Music Man for 2 Culture Casino Cash saying, enjoying Spider Noir and Cage going full on Cage. Yep. I like the way Cage enunciates. I like his pattern of speech. I think there's something there. Crazy White Boys in Central Iowa, it seems. And Brian says, great show today. Thank you. I actually don't know where we're going, to be fair. Let me take a look at who's live and who's Memorex. We might want to send you to a high-quality channel after this one. Let's see. Who's live? Where are my friends, and what have you done with them? Let's take a look at the M4 Empire to see if they're live. Let's see. We got Weatherman gifting a Culture Casino membership on the YouTube side of the equation. That went to Nate Hausman. And congratulations, Nate. Well, thank you, and we appreciate. Send us to G&G Daily. Are they back? I know Jonas is back. Had to bring him back. Jonas is back. Jonas is back. Jonas is back. Back in the groove. He's back. He's back. He's back. Oh, let him shine. Let's see. Let's see. I know we got a pro show coming for the M4 umpires. Nope. The M4 Empire is not live. WDW Pro Show. The Pro Show. Let's see. I see it. All right. I'm going to send you to Pro if you want to go check out G&G Daily. Feel free to check out my friends over there. They are very nice to me. And many of them, unfortunately, are still being big in Japan. Although maybe they start to come home today. Is that true? Does anybody know? All we are saying is give peace a chance. Peace. No, we're not out of here quite yet. I want to make sure I didn't. Yeah. Yeah. Cut your beard. Now the effects say what? That's right. That's right. I got more shaving to do. The GWTV channel says soccer sucks. Oh, by the way, so we made this big deal in North America that we were going to have the World Cup. I have yet to see anybody claiming that it's been a positive financial impact anywhere. We shall see. We shall see. Thank you, Brandon Day, for becoming a member. Much appreciated, friend. Doing it of your own volition. Much appreciated. I appreciate it. You are a Rewards Club member. Wahaha. That Supergirl story would still have her drunk and messy. I'm telling you right now. Crazy stuff. John loves panda bears and polar bears. So do I. One of them is dumb enough to try to become extinct, and the other one is, they like cold. We've got our very own polar bear in the chat. So, Snortopoopas Q Burr, who's here daily. That's one of the reasons. A kraken is a lot of calamari. Well, there you go, DJ Ronnie G. Good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. Caradwen out there as well. Read by nature. She is the dynamic duo. She is. Look at all these great people out there. You guys are chatting away to each other. I have the best chat, the smartest chat on YouTube. I know that for a fact. You guys even understand my weird references. Razorburn says Ryan will be flying back tomorrow. Yeah, he's big in Japan. He's actually really big in Japan because many people in Japan aren't very big. You know, that's, I think, why Jay didn't go. Drunk 3PO didn't go to Japan because he would be towering over humans there. He'd be like Shaq walking around. We got a grumble in the rumble, a gifted subscription to Culture Casino on the Green Machine. Thank you, Weatherman. You are a wonderful person. I appreciate you. Thank you, bud. I hope you're doing well. How's your head? I haven't had a chance to see you or talk to you much. Wait a minute. Ryan is stuck in Japan? Oh, no. How did you get stuck? Barry's like, glad you're back, Culture. Wasn't the same when you're not here last week. You know what? Let me tell you, YouTube noticed too. Yeah. So, guys, go check out today's video. Lots of comments and thumbs up, if you wouldn't mind, would really help. Also, down below, if you haven't hit the thumbs up button yet, please do so. Double check you're still subscribed. A lot of people found themselves unsubscribed. 185 people vanished from the rolls. Were you one of them? I hope not. Let's see. I'm kind of hoping for a Johnny Somali outcome for Ryan in Japan. Come on, Putin. I know you are an instigator, but I don't think you wish that kind of ouchie on anybody. We got Dean Krantz. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us this morning in case. But for Juliet, we're headed into evening. I think the World Cup is much like the Olympics. Sounds good on paper, but not in actuality. Yeah, you end up with a bunch of what are referred to as white elephants. Go look it up. It is a disaster for the host nations, oftentimes. Brazil really set themselves back. They had a roaring economy. They hosted the Olympics, and then everything went to Hades in a handcart. Not good. I don't need a drunk college girl, Supergirl with daddy issues. Yes, you do, apparently, according to James Gunn presenting Supergirl by James Gunn. Good day, all. Good day to you, flying blind on a rocket cycle. Hope to see you over on WDW Pro Show later. And it looks like, friends, I'm going long today. I didn't plan on going long. I was going to do some shopping on Amazon. I found some light boxes that I need, diffusers I need for my portable studio. And I think I'm going to put some up in here and change out what I've got lighting wise. Everything lighting goes up here, except for the light behind me that lights up the screen. And even that's going to get changed out. The background will change in the future, guys. We are going to do something different. Mags London in the house. No one is happy about the World Cup being held in the US. You guys don't care, and it's expensive for most of football fans. I know, Mags. And you're right. The states, look, we want to be part of global trends. That's just because we're the United States. But we're not leading the culture of football. We just don't. Like, I love how my British friends are all into it. I love my German friends who are all into football. But it's kind of like us sending the NFL all over the world. The international series is coming up this year, and I think there's somewhere between 4 and 6 games going to be played internationally. Ask yourself this question: how fresh do you think that football team's going to be? How many more games do we need? And why are we doing them in places that just don't have a taste for football, American football? That's just dumb. Let them have their soccer. We'll have our football, and we'll all play tennis and golf. Makes sense. All right, Weatherman, I'm grateful to hear you do not have a headache today. So wonderful. His flight was canceled? What? Really? Dan Masters, Dan Masterson says they canceled his flight. Why? Oh, poor Ryan. I got to call the guy. Actually, wait, what time is it? I have family in various different parts of the world at the moment. I have to try to do math in my head, which is not good. In fact, my mom text messaged me last night at midnight. It's the middle of the day where they are in Europe, and I was like, "All right, it's 3 a.m." Or on the East Coast, it's noon Pacific time, which is where I am back at finally. I need to catch up on Ryan's Japan videos. Yeah, me too. Ryan's brain was irradiated in the Navy. Also true. He's talked about that. Crouching Taylor, Hidden Swifty. Good to see you, friend. I had to talk positively about Tay Tay today. In fact, I like to talk positive about Tay Tay. I think that she needs to get out of her easy girl period of time and become the superstar that she was meant to be, maybe with some more wholesomeness. 11 Alpha says, I worked on security preparations for the 96 Olympics. Wow. When I was on the staff of the infantry school at Fort Benning. Really? Cool. Brian says, we hear your car rides were interesting. Deer don't like you guys. No, they did not. Oh, my goodness. So here we are. Here we are. We are driving down the road in a marvelous automobile. That's right. And the car was electric. Yeah, boogie, oogie, oogie. In fact, we had a lot of electric Elon vehicles this weekend. So we're rolling along, and a deer and a fox decided to join us on the roadway. So the car reacted very quickly and kept us from smashing deer, which was cool. I should have been streaming live. That would have been a moment to stream live. But it is wild. Yeah, car rides were interesting. Got to see some burrs, deers, lots of deers, actually. And I went whitewater rafting, you guys. I've got a video coming out here soon, I hope. Flying Blind, thanks again for the super chat. Much appreciated. I need to make some food. I'm starving, Marvin. James Gunn's Supergirl by James Gunn will not do well. No, it will not, Randall. You are correct, sir. You're correct, sir. Yes. Uh, you guys are amazing. I buy most things from Amazon. I can get it same day sometimes. Yeah, that's the reason I'm actually doing this. I went on the road and realized no matter what, I need to travel with the portable studio, which means I'm also going to have to buy a new deck, a new Atom board. I need a 8 camera Atom board, and I need a jogger. Um, it's a jogger deck so that I can do on the fly editing more effectively. So yeah, yeah. Caradwin says, CC, I like the long streams. We like spending time with you. I love spending time with you guys too. It feels like I'm cheating because now I just talk to y'all. By the way, that's something else I learned while I was gone. Some creators that I work with that I love and appreciate, and I think they do great stuff, they script the vast majority of what they say. I do not. I am a from the hip, talk to the camera kind of guy. And that's why, again, I did light editing in the last few videos. I don't, I, it, to me, it's more authentic if I become flummoxed or I stutter, repeat myself, whatever. I think that's more realistic. Highly stylized in video in heavily edited things. I get. I mean, I edited a little bit of the Sydney Sweeney thing, but I still kept in the flubs. And to me, it's like part of being human. So that's another reason why I like live streams because I get to talk to y'all. Y'all bring up comments and stories that I haven't seen yet. So yeah. 11 Alpha talking to Dean Krantz says, I saw a video once of an Italian coach running his players through flop drills. They practice that stuff. Yeah. And that's the other reason why I don't like soccer and the NBA. The NBA is now flop fest. And that's all because of the biggest pansy on the NBA team, LeBron James. What? He could not have survived the 80s NBA. The dude would be crying about all the bruises he got because he went through the paint. What a weakling. Deeple says it's 1 a.m. in Japan. Thank you, the beautiful Deeple. 1 a.m. Real men play rugby, which I've done. Actually, so I was 18 when I got exposed to rugby. I went to a Club Med, a sports club med, not one where people take off their clothes a lot. But way back in the day when they were, viable resort properties, I went to Club Med, and it was a sports club. So they had throughout the day different various sports. They're always looking for people to participate. So I learned rugby, loved it. First of all, I was uh, fast of foot. I was a person in flight. I could run faster than most. So I really enjoyed that sport. Thought it was great. The rules are a little weird, but once you get past that, I really enjoyed it. Learned a lot of great things. That was a lot of fun. Honestly, Expedia screwed him up. Thank you, Lady Gamester, for more context for Ryan's dilemma. I feel bad. I need to call him. I haven't talked to him in a bit. I miss that guy. He's a good kid. Yeah, he's got a great persona. So there's that. The beautiful Davina Duckworth is joining us. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Davina. I hope you're doing well out there. It's midnight. Midnight on the water, I saw the ocean's daughter walking on a wave chicane, trembling as she called my name, and I can't get her out of my head. Sorry, old song. Hey, what's up? Siege Perilous in the house, along with Chief William Schweikert. What's going on? Saying hello, culture. Greetings, sir. Thank you so very much. For all you veterans out there, I don't say it often enough, but we appreciate you. Thank you for making the world the place in which we live now. And please help us solve the problems in the future that are being brought about by the globalist elite douchebags. Please and thank you. Who else is out there in the world? Tom, but you would have got venison chili that way. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, if we hit it with that vehicle, the deer would have exploded. Oh, I never told anybody that story. I told it this weekend, as part of that actual journey. Um, I think I told Marvin. Yeah. So one time coming back from my cabin up north, driving in one of my big trucks, coming down the hill, the semi in front of me, thank goodness it had one of those giant steel, reinforced cow catchers in front, kinda like a train, um, or deer catcher in this case. It hit an elk, and it exploded. So I'm dodging venison chunks on the road and trying to I hit every light I could because it was, like, twilight. We were headed into the evening. The darkness was starting to close in. If you've ever been in an alpine climate or a densely wooded climate like that, you know that the darkness shows up before the actual sky is devoid of light. And so I turned on hazards. I put on fog lights. I turned on everything on the truck so that people could see that there was massive problem they were about to all run into behind me. And man, I literally was just um, slaloming around chunks o animal. It was not great, and it wasn't worth stopping to pick up and throw in the truck either. So yeah, I think corn chips are. I don't know what this means. Chips? I don't know. Oh, Putin! I thought that was hysterical. I think I not only did I like it, I think I retweeted it. Actually, Putin, that was a funny video. You did a good job. I did look like Dolly. Well done. Siege Perilous says scripting is usually useful. Yeah, I just don't do it. I speak from the information I have in front of me. I kind of outline what I'm going to say, but it's the same way I do articles. I have research sitting in front of me, and then I write based on the 5 points that I want to make or the 5 elements of the story. And it's just a real simple essay construction when I write something. Sometimes there's more than 5 paragraphs, but there's 5 elements, I should say, in my writing. And very rudimentary. In fact, that's why I probably can't do wonderful things like Caveat Ties or James Dosher, or anyone else out there. Channel Surf, love me some ELO. That's right. That's exactly who that was. CC, you just want to buy expensive toys. I do. There's $1,000 4K camera that I want really badly, and that's actually cheap for what I was looking at originally was over 4 grand. I can't justify that. The channel doesn't make enough money. Um, that would be frivolous. I don't do that. I don't like frivolous spending. I think it's silly. And apparently, I lost my phone. Uh oh. Holler if you hear me. I hear you, Luke. Hope you're doing well. You're on your third book, last I heard. So well done. That's right. Culture unedited, unfiltered. True story. Yeah. LeBron, the unjordan. Indeed. If you could actually put your hands on people in the NBA, that would be different for sure. Walter Tomaszewski in the house. Good to see you. Walter saying hi from George and Philip as well. Well, greetings, Walter, George, and Philip. For those of you out there that send me things, I just want to say thank you. You guys are the best. Um, I have things to read now. I have the ability to do so between my glasses and the magnifier someone sent me. I want to say thanks for that. Actually, Vlade Divac was one of the OG floppers. That's true, Tina Guzman, 100%. But again, that was the Lakers. The Lakers were kind of diva-y. The only one that really wasn't. Let me just say it this way: there were three people that would showboat, but they weren't divas. Magic being one of them. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, um, and oh my gosh, long range guy. My brain just melted. Brain broken. So this was your first visit to Dollywood. Well, I'd been to Dollywood prior to 85 when it became Dollywood. So yeah, it was my first official visit to what was a Silver Dollar City park. And that the train is actually left over from that. I learned that on my trip. Which is better, Disneyland, Disney World, or Dollywood? Hard to say. Um, I feel like Dollywood is chock full of rides and like real attention to detail and care, just like Disneyland is. Um, I think Magic Kingdom of the 3 is, like, maybe my not my favorite. I would say Disneyland and Dollywood, are in my t Disneyland and Dollywood are in my top 5. Um, Magic Kingdom has fallen out of my top 5. Sorry. I think Animal Kingdom is in my top 5. I think Epic Universe is in my top 5, and I think Islands of Adventure is probably in my top 5. Look at all these people with ELO. Everybody knew what I was doing. Amazing stuff, you guys. ELO. Yeah, you guys are great. Star Wars Nikki in the house. If I recognize the song, does that make me old too? Well, I'm not. Am I old? Everybody kept trying to tell me this last week that I was gone. That wasn't old. You guys think I'm not old? Is it because I shaved off a lot of gray hair? I cut a lot of gray hair. Is it because I look younger? The boss says I look younger, so guess that's the only one that matters. I do need to shave though. This is scruff. Gotta get rid of the scruffiness. I don't want to be a scruffy nerf herder. Yeah. Our good friend Channel Surf out there forever and a day. Somebody I've met in person. I have great appreciation for. Says, love me some ELO. Well, I love me some Channel Surf. So there you go. I hope your lovely better half is doing well as well. I always worry about you guys when I don't see you. So thanks for being here today. Uh, oh, that's right. Mead Radio is live. That's another place you can go. Thank you, Depot. The beautiful Depot. The beautiful Depot. Over there on the green machine. Yeah, Marvin said it was an interesting time there. It really was. I felt like we missed some opportunities to do some other stuff. But then again, Marvin didn't go river rafting with me. Yeah. Did I cover Henry Nowak? Let's do that real quick. I mentioned it in passing. I should do better. The UK and its terrible globalist government, the definitely compromised election system and parliamentary issues, which is why Canada is having struggles now. One of the worst forms of governments is parliament. You guys should have representative republic treatment. In fact, we need to get back to it here in the States, but that's another conversation. But because the UK government completely sucks right now, you have mamby-pamby weaklings that are wanting to employ the radical globalist agendas and that empower people to call others racist with the absence of proof. And Henry, unfortunately, was stabbed by, guess what? Not a local. And because they called him a racist, the people that did the violence, um, the police arrested the white guy. Henry was bleeding, profusely bleeding out, as a matter of fact, untreated, arrested by the police and set on the pavement. Not very nicely, not ceremonially. And they allowed him to bleed out and die. The two officers involved are, well, they have interesting names. I imagine they probably have pronouns in their bios, but we won't get into that. I will say that the main constable of that area finally resigned this morning, from what I'm to understand. But the two people need to have this follow them around forever. They allowed someone to die because the assailant called them racist. As a matter of fact, Henry ran away from the situation and was stabbed. You guys think gun laws work? Your knife laws don't work. You make exceptions for the radicals amongst you in the UK. I really wish I could talk to Nate about this and history, bro. I think Bo and I and Nate could probably have a delightful conversation. It wouldn't be a delight in the sense that a man lost their life because of claims of a racism. You guys aren't even allowed to protect yourself in that society. The British government is trash. Your judicial system is trash. Your judges, your legislature, your representatives at every level are compromised by globalist radical ideology. Your progress towards neo Marxism is almost fully complete at this point. And if you do not get reform and the newer party restore Britain into power faster, there may not be a UK anymore. I tweeted something to that effect this morning. Probably not going to be loved by the folks in the UK. Maybe you'll send somebody to my doorstep. That'd be interesting. But this was a disgusting moment in history. It should not be repeated. And if it is, well, those responsible should find their way to appropriate punishment and justice. Right now, you don't have a justice system. You have suicidal empathy and a word you're not supposed to use on the tube. The amazing, the incomparable Ruby Hoove gifts a Culture Casino membership. A gifty. And that went to Mega Combat. Congratulations. The beautiful Penny is here, along with SFXF 314, Sabretooth Raptor, the lovely Jan Monroe joining us as well, and JPRPH1. For those of you that I missed on the way in the door, thank you for being here. Peter is out there as well. Good morning, Culture Casino. Good morning to you. I got to meet a lot of great people this last week. That's why I love road trips, guys. I get to meet y'all. And I'm going to tell you something. Dollywood is a must stop for me whenever I'm in that part of the country. Okay? That's how much I enjoyed myself. I was well taken care of in Dollywood. The attractions were super fun. I liked the mine ride a lot, Mystery Mine. I enjoyed the old wooden coaster that's been there for a long time now. Blazing Fury was amazing. There's so many great things there, and the train is phenomenal. Max London says, as a mom of a 16-year-old boy, this case makes me so mad. Our kids are not safe in the streets of the UK. And that smug mayor of ours says it's all part of living in a large city. What a mess. You know what, Mags? It's not. We used to have a high trust society in the West. It's here in the United States, outside of a few blue cities, which were going to always be compromised by radical thinking. We don't have that anymore. We have a low trust environment, and I would recommend that everybody be able to protect themselves. I will get arrested for offending the crown. Come on over. Y'all don't believe in guns, but I do. They're very real. Your feelings on the matter don't matter to me. Bill says Dollywood is a 7-hour drive from my location in North Carolina. North Carolina is a beautiful state. Why did it take an hour for them to get a young man help? They were not to be bothered. They were in no hurry, nor did they do any fact gathering beginning to end. They listened. Their body cameras expose fully how incompetent your police force are. That happens in the US too. Please don't misunderstand. We have incompetent police everywhere. People that got in at a time when maybe the standards had been relaxed. Same problem with the military. I can't imagine what the British military looks like. Holy goodness. Y'all probably have pink berets now. Did LW Ghost get his cinnamon bread? I certainly hope so. If not, I left some behind, unfortunately. Um, you ever run out of space in your suitcase? Almost bought a bag just to bring back souvenirs. Oh, I have a brand new Buc-ee's um, container. Y'all will see tomorrow. It is celebrating America 250. Woohoo! By the way, this is how old I am. I celebrated the bicentennial when I was younger in Missouri, as a matter of fact. You can trace me and where I've been in the world. It's not hard. It's not hard. You Palooza says also would want a movie about the sullen Supergirl from the Flash movie. No one, nobody would want that. I did not enjoy that. I did not enjoy that version of Kara. I enjoyed the television version of Kara. I'm weird though. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the issue. I'm very weird. Ah, text messenger working keenly. But pros coming up here in 30 minutes or less. That's always good. RCMP lowered standards back in the 90s to allow whammons and other people in. They have never been the same. That's the problem. Randall Orser. I think we can't do that. Same thing in fire service. I watched that happen in fire service because there are very few women who could pass the physical fitness test. At the age of 16, I did what was required, including the fireman's carry, the carrying the full dead weight of a body around an attic, through a house, a mocked up house, and out, wearing full protective gear, Scott Air mask, and turnouts. I did that at 16. I was in great shape. I didn't weigh a ton. You don't have to. I'm a boy. I'm built to do that kind of stuff. There are differences. Guys, we just have to accept them. It's okay. We don't we can be equal in our treatment, but not necessarily equal in our abilities. It doesn't work like that. Not everybody's going to be an NFL or NBA player. Not everybody's going to play professional baseball. Something that I had to get over. But not everybody's going to be a world-class musician despite immense talent. Guess what? We all have strengths and weaknesses, and it doesn't matter what gender we were born, doesn't matter what color we are. The idea behind the 1970s colorblind society was employed fully by the end of the 1980s. We lived in a much better world at that time. But then the culture of divide showed up along with the Clintons with the politics of division, creating divides in people called wedge issues. You can go look it up. That was brought about because of the campaign strategies of people who actually lived to regret them. Dick Morris, working for the Clintons, actually came to regret doing that and not just having it on the left side of the aisle, but moving that concept to the right side of the aisle, which is another reason why we have rhinos currently. But that's a different conversation entirely. I got to save that for a political show. You bought that water bottle. No, no, no. I did not buy the water bottle in 76, but I was in Missouri in 1976. So the 250 is, I bought that one when on this most recent trip. By the way, the fact that there are Buc-ee's everywhere and not just occasionally like in my neck of the woods. Um, I love. Yeah, I would work at a Buc-ee's for fun, for part-time work, I guess. It'd be good time. Good time. What else is happening? Georgia Peach says we went to DC 8th grade class trip for the bicentennial. That dates me too. Well, you're fine, young lady. It's better than being a fine young cannibal. Speaking of which, Erica and Raph are in the house. What's up, Erica? I don't think that's Raph. Raph doesn't seem to be in my chat so much, but Erica's there. I imagine Raph's probably sitting there. But it's good to see you, dear. I'm so glad to know where you are now. That wasn't Supergirl. That was female Superman from an alternate universe. Oh. The best part of waking up is coffee in your cup. Yeah, I'm not going to sing that old brand. You remember they had something called Folgers Crystals, which looked an awful lot like me to nitrogen fertilizer. Culture, hope you can use the cable ties I'd sent you. My cats might send you a spare mouse. I love organizing wires, and actually, I've used cable ties recently to reattach some trelli that I have in front of windows outside. I use cable ties because they're easier to break away if there were an emergency and you had to exit through a window to save your life. Behind me is an enormous picture window. I mean, obviously, there's a green screen there now, but I have a 10-foot picture window behind me that looks out into the greenhouse. So there you go. The Cosmic Repairman says, "What's your opinion on the Avengers Doomsday not releasing a trailer? I think that's silly. I for what it's worth, I think I think the teasers didn't hurt the movie, but I think it kind of gave the game away that this is a gathering of greatest hits and the album might not be worth buying if you understand my meaning. Like I own all these tunes somewhere. I have them on the individual discs that spun up and around on my turntable. Why do I need to buy the greatest hits? Yeah, that puts them all in one place, but is that necessarily what I want? Is this the anthology I'm going to buy? So by not releasing a proper trailer at this point, or at least the first one, they're missing an opportunity. I'm hoping that some point in June we get a trailer. It's 6 months out, right? Because we're getting a December release of a film that should have been out this summer. But I don't think they're done with the movie yet. Let me be clear. Multiple sets of reshoots have occurred. Despite principal photography being wrapped up, what visual effects do you think they're going to add? This harkens back to a very bad period in Marvel where we got nothing but trash bags. And I'm going to tell you right now, none of the more recent films did well. Falcon Cap failed at the beginning of last year, or maybe it was this year. I don't know. I think it was last year. Then you had the Reject Patrol, the Island of Misfit Toys, otherwise called Thunderdolts. That did not do well. And then you had Papa Pedro destroying the Fantastic Four in new and different ways. So, any trailer they release, the Cosmic Repairman show. By the way, check out the Cosmic Repairman show. Any trailer they release needs to be something that's going to blow audiences' minds. You need to bring back the people that were supporting this prior to Endgame. Disney has a tendency to derail themselves. And usually It's at the modern Disney will destroy things in a period of 10 years. Look at what they did to Star Wars. Look at what they did to Marvel. 10 years, dead. Think Avengers is dead. I don't want to see RDJ playing a different character. I don't want to see, the trope of good guy is a bad or bad guy is a good guy, actually. Tired of that. I don't want to see deconstruction anymore. That's all we've been given by Marvel recently. Phase Bore and Phase Dive were enormous wastes of money. I don't want to see that. I don't know about you guys. Jill is back. She got the Sam's Club memberships. Yeah. Got quite a nice haul today, indeed. Oh, North Carolina's getting the first Bucky's over near Mebane. I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh my gosh, the Flash sucked. What were they attempting? I have no idea, Putin. It was terrible. This is one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen. That's saying a lot. Um, but one of the funnest movies I saw that was not perfect was Flash Gordon. That's a different Flash. There you go. This is a good observation. Thank you for this one, Peter. The left gradually, over a 60-year period, divided us via segregation through representation. They wanted equal results and outcomes for everyone, and it doesn't work. Peter is correct. This does not work. Penny says the nearest Bucky's to me is about 247 miles away. I felt like I was never more than like 40 miles away from one the entire time I was traveling. So, yeah. The one near me is going to be worth the trip every time. Monsignor Jaffo. What's up, Jaffo? Hey, hey. Oh, oh, I missed you guys last night. I might have actually, I considered appearing on the last Dahlia stream over there in Comics Division. And you're right, Bill Blum. I think Avengers is trying to avoid bad press. But I'm going to tell you right now, what's going to be good? What do you have to look forward to in the next film? Gotta wonder. It costs 20 million just to make RDJ taller. Yeah, he's not a tall guy. That's okay. I'm not a tall guy. I'm not a short guy, but I'm not a tall guy. I am average height. Fear the crab cat. But my sacred timeline. Yeah, I'm tired of that. Doesn't work. None of that works. Weatherman's headed out. Have a good one. Got chores to do. Thank you, Weatherman, for being with us today. You are amazing. It's going in the house. Hail, culture and chat. Hail to you. The flush. Yeah. What were they thinking? They put the worst person into the role of the Flash. Stop putting mental illness on display in film and television, please. Please. It's nothing to glorify. Randall Orr says we don't have a Buc-ee's here in Canada, nor even an equivalent. Of course not. You guys hate gasoline. You guys don't like oil. You guys are trying to run your economy like the Germans destroyed theirs. How silly is that? You have infinite resources. Well, they're not infinite, but you have more natural resources than most of the places on the planet, and you don't use them. And you have stupid land acknowledgement, garbage everywhere. Guess what? You conquered the people that were on that land just like those people conquered the other people that were on that land and had done so for centuries before. Not in the entirety of North America. That was the history, the path for the civilizations that rose and fell, I should say, across everything from Central and South America all the way through North America. The fact that the natural land mass all joined together led people to conquer their neighbors, to take advantage of the resources that they were incapable of taking use or making use of themselves. You're conquered. I don't care. You don't get empathy anymore. It was 200 plus years ago. You might still be here as a people, but your legacy is that of being something different now. Sorry. That's how they're treating us. They come over, they bring in massive amounts of influence from the places they come from. They try to change your culture instead of adapting to the one that's here. That's not the actions of somebody that's trying to join up. That's the actions of a conqueror. Don't be conquered anymore, Canada. Please. Jody says, well, Flash saved every one of us. Indeed, he saved every one of us. Flash. By the way, that's another reason that I'm very excited for Highlander. We're going to get Flash kinds of vibes from that. We're going to get original Queen kinds of things from what I hear. So we'll see. Culture is a fall guy. Well, maybe. Oh my gosh, we got to get out of here, guys. I'm sorry. It went long. I need to eat. My stomach's growling. Channel Surf says we're making a pilgrims to Goodyear, Arizona for the new Buc-ee's at the end of June. Excellent. 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 Named after the tire. Yeah, natives conquered each other. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, you can talk to the teacher about this one if you want to, if you don't know the cultures that were here. Yeah, Ruby Hoob for 5 says when I was young, color wasn't an issue. Indeed, yeah, I grew up in that era too. Unless it was kids fighting. Yeah, well, we didn't do any of that. But it is what it is. Look, we got to get out of here, folks. I'm serious. I got to eat. I'm going to say this. Thank you, Ruby Hoo, for the $5 super duper chat and the acknowledgement that we lived in a better time. Let's try and make times here good again. Folks, you are the engine of this channel. I appreciate you all being here. Double check you're still subscribed to the channel. And if you would like to become a member, it's cheap. As little as a cup of coffee a month will help make this a self-sustaining channel. 1,000 members is all we need. 50,000 subscribers is our goal. And with that, be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. And until next time, see ya. For real. Hobo Gandalf says bye.